So, Venture Trial Weekend.
Biggest smungus!
Originally I was going to make this one of my normal videos, but as I started editing, there were bits of Venture's kit and playstyle that I really wanted to highlight. First of all, I had some assumptions based on the preview video. A lot of people were memeing, myself included, and calling Venture DPS Doomfist. For me, that was mostly based on the combo potential of their kit, but I was actually surprised by how slow and methodical they seem to be. Obviously, the burst potential of comboing all their abilities is insane, but with how slow they are and their incredibly limited range, I actually felt the positioning is super important to get value out of their kit. Now, setting up for the next fight is always important no matter who you're playing, but with Venture I felt like I was constantly having to set up for my next ability rotation, basically, within the ongoing team fight. Because if you're too far away, or you're not at least thinking about where the enemy's going to be in the next few seconds, you just whip everything and probably die. With that in mind, especially at higher tiers, I think Venture is going to be very map dependent.
You know, I don't think this is a good Venture map.
Maps with a lot of verticality or open spaces seem to put them at a disadvantage. I was able to use them on Gibraltar with some success, but I was mostly having to stick to areas that forced close range and high places where I could try to drop on them to get a kill or at least disrupt whatever they were setting up for and then getting out. Maps that work well for them would be the opposite, any of the smaller, more dense maps with a lot of cover. I'd guess a general test would be how much of the map's high ground can I get to without using my dash. If you can burrow for most of the high ground in a map, that's probably going to be a good map for them. Again, this is just my early impressions, please don't bully me if this ages like milk. Anyway, if you are on a good map for venturing, here's my playstyle advice. I found two things that were very fun and effective, aside from the obvious comboing the hell out of every squishy you can reach. First was using the dash to boop enemies. Think Lucio boops, either push an enemy into a spot so they can't run away, or mess up an enemy who's setting up for something. Be more careful though, since your body is tied to the boop. Also, I would have mentioned using dash underground here, but I didn't know that doing that halves the cooldown, so I think I only did it once on accident out of all the games I played. Maybe we'll go over that in the next video. Subscribe. The other effective strat was gatekeeping doorways. Venture's upward knockback and AoE damage when boosting out of the ground is really threatening. Sure, people are still learning how to play around it, but with the old faithful animation it does before erupting, it's a highly telegraphed ability, and you can use the threat of it to block paths and corral the enemy. This goes back to what I said about them being slow and methodical. A lot of the times I went underground during a fight, I actually stayed underground for a long time and used that uncertainty to mess with people. It kind of forces them to either focus on me and when I'm going to pop out, or worry about whoever else on my team is shooting them. Even if you just make them back up and don't hit them with the AoE, the space you can make with Venture is a fun aspect of their design. I think that's going to be one of the factors between being good with them and being great. How much space can you make for your team with strategic burrows? And I think that's all I have for now, actually. I didn't get into the exact combos because I'm still feeling those out for myself. I had a ton of fun with the trial weekend though, and I think Venture has a ton of potential. I'm excited to see what people can do with them once they settle into the roster. So the rest of the vid will just be clean kills and funny moments, I guess. Tell me in the comments about the most big-brained thing you've done as Venture so far. For me, it was this moment here with Brian. I felt bad, honestly. I think Shatter should still hit if you're underground. Like, it makes sense for it to hit, right? He's hitting the ground so hard that people are knocked over. I'm in the ground. It should at least stun me.
Oh, see, this is, I think, a good counter to Roadhog.
Got him.
Oh,
That was so satisfying.
I mean, it's literally on the way to becoming that, so.
yeah, but
Going to go after 1v1 to Roadhog. That is just dirty.
kill him.
Got him. Well, I somehow got two. Got him again.